Welcome to a video that you guys are probably not gonna like.
Alright, welcome back. We're back.
It's a pretty controversial video. Today we're making a video on if Steve 2 is actually good. If Steve 2 is actually good or not. If it's better than Steve 1 or not. So anyways, let's hop right into this. So first of all, let's talk about Steve 1. Steve 1, first we're gonna go with chapters. I can put hands down that Steve 2 had way better chapters. Because to be honest, Steve 1 were kind of just most of the chapters from Piggy, but kind of re-scrambled out of order. But in Steve 2, we had some pretty chapters that wouldn't use yet. Like the construction site and the bunker. And also the train station and research facility. Also, Starlink is making a new game, and we're gonna have an interview on the same day that this video is being recorded. So tomorrow we'll be sure to have a video on the new game. Alright, and then let's talk about Steve, and let's talk about the difficulty of chapters. Well, although all from both games you can complete in 3 minutes, and you don't have to, and half of the time you beat them first try. But we're gonna address that in tomorrow's video. Because I don't really like beating it first try, because if I live stream it, I'm live streaming for 30 minutes, and only 4 minutes of the live stream is the actual gameplay. So yeah, I don't really like that. And then we're gonna talk about updates between. We're gonna talk about updates between Steve 1 and Steve 2. Steve 1 only had one update that was not a chapter. And that was between chapter 7 and 8, or chapter 8 and 9, I can't remember. But Steve 2 didn't have very much events either. Well, the only thing we had was the Easter and the little summer update. And the thing with the levers. Yes, that was 3. Yeah, so Steve 1 and 2 is better than that. And then we're going to talk about story. Now, this is where this is going to get pretty controversial. I think the story in Steve 2 is better than, I think the story in Steve 1, to be honest, I think it's better than Steve 2. I think the story is way better than Steve 2. Because Steve 2's story might be good. But in Steve 1, we are with Alex, then she betrayed us. Because we left her in the hole. We were looking for Steve. And then here, for at least 8 of the chapters, we were just chasing Alex and trying to find her. For majority of the chapters, we were just chasing Alex and trying to find her. And then I don't like that it ended on that little cliffhanger. Well, it's not really a cliffhanger. The thing just happened. Yes, I'm not a big fan of that. I don't like that. And also, yeah, too much didn't really happen. Alex was the only villain for Steve 1 and Steve 2. Alex was the villain, so hopefully there's more villains. And the story was just slow because now that we were chasing Alex for too long. The story only really started back at chapter 11. Like chapter 11, that's only really when the story started back. Everything else was chasing Alex. And most of the things that were chasing Alex is, oh, we got here. Let's see if Alex is here. And that was most of the starting cutscenes. Is Alex here? That was basically most of it. But now let me see like the overall structure of the game. Of course, Steve 2 would have been the king of this because it had like the hallway and stuff, and Steve 1 was just messy. And I think it's Steve 1. I can't remember if it used banners or not. I would have to see. And now we're gonna talk about the popularity. Of course, Steve isn't really popular. Cause only me, George Barge, and a few others who make videos on the game. Yeah, so it's not too many people. Yeah, so, in Thief 1, George Barge didn't know about the game yet. I knew George Barge, but he didn't know anything about the game. And George Barge didn't even start his channel back then. I think he might have. I think he was on the platform, but I don't think he started his channel. Cause his first video was the Steve 2 Egg Hunt, yeah, so he hadn't started his channel yet. And I was like the only person who was making Steve videos. So, too bad Steve is on a different version. Steve 1 is on, the only problem is, Steve 1 is on a different version of the game. So you can't go back to it. I only have one device that I can go back to it. There's only one device that I have that I can go back to it. But it's super laggy. So it's basically like, only me and a couple other lucky people can go back to the game. And it sucks, because Tall Link can't even go back to the game. Because it's not gonna let him. So basically only me who can see the game. Come on, one of these videos I'm gonna go back and check out the game. To see, for the nostalgia. Yeah, one of these times I'm gonna go back and check out the game, because I really need to do that. Because I haven't seen the game in a while. I'm gonna just go and call it trash. Well, anyways, that was the video. Is Steve 1 better than Steve 2? I think Steve 1 is better in most aspects. Steve 2 is better in most of the things, just not the story. Cause the story was like too slow paced. It's fine with the story being slow paced, but it's like nothing really happened. Like in the middle of the story, it just stopped and we just started chasing Alex for like literally more than half of the book. Well, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. This was obviously different to do. I thank George Barge for letting me make these videos and making me voice over these. So yeah, anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video.